As I sit here in awe of the world around me, I can't help but feel an overwhelming sense of adoration for the beauty and perfection of God's creation. Everywhere I look, I see evidence of His handiwork, from the intricate patterns of a single snowflake to the vast expanse of the universe itself. It's hard to put into words just how much this appreciation means to me. For one thing, it reminds me of my own place in the grand scheme of things. In the face of such incredible beauty and complexity, I can't help but feel humbled by my own limitations and shortcomings. At the same time, though, it also fills me with a deep sense of gratitude and wonder. How could anyone witness such incredible works of art and not be moved to tears? Perhaps what I find most inspiring about God's creation is the way it reflects His character. Everywhere I look, I see evidence of His love and care for us, from the delicate petals of a flower to the vast, swirling galaxies that stretch across the cosmos. Each detail, no matter how small, bears the imprint of His wisdom and creativity. And yet, for all its beauty and majesty, the creation is ultimately just a shadow of the one who made it. As much as I adore the natural world around me, I know that it pales in comparison to the glory of its Creator. And so, even as I marvel at the beauty and perfection of His handiwork, I can't help but feel an even deeper sense of awe and wonder at the one who made it all possible. In the end, I suppose that's what adoration is really all about, recognizing and appreciating the incredible gift of creation that God has given us, and using it as a way to draw closer to Him. Whether I'm standing on a mountaintop, gazing up at the stars, or simply admiring the intricate details of a single leaf, I know that I'm never alone, and that the one who made it all is always with me, guiding and inspiring me to live a life that reflects His beauty and perfection. Than that, adoration for God's creation is also a way for me to connect with others. When I look at the world around me, I'm reminded that we're all part of something much larger than ourselves, that we're all connected by a common thread of beauty and wonder. No matter who we are or where we come from, we can all appreciate the majesty of a sunset or the delicate wings of a butterfly. In this sense, adoration for God's creation is a powerful force for unity and harmony, bringing people together across cultural, social, and religious boundaries. Of course, there are times when it's hard to see the beauty in the world around us. We live in a world that is often marked by violence, suffering, and injustice, and it can be difficult to reconcile this reality with the idea of a loving and perfect God. But even in the darkest moments, I find that adoration for God's creation can be a source of comfort and hope. It reminds me that even amidst the chaos and pain of this world, there is still beauty and goodness to be found, and that God is always at work, even in the most unexpected places. Ultimately, I believe that adoration for God's creation is a way of honoring the one who made it all possible. It's a way of saying thank you for the incredible gift of life, and for the countless blessings that we often take for granted. It's a way of acknowledging our place in the world, and of striving to live in harmony with the natural rhythms and cycles of creation. And it's a way of opening ourselves up to the transformative power of beauty and wonder, allowing these qualities to shape and guide us as we navigate the ups and downs of life. As I close my eyes and reflect on the beauty and perfection of God's creation, I'm filled with a sense of peace and serenity. I know that there will be challenges ahead, moments of doubt, pain, and uncertainty, but I also know that these challenges are an integral part of the journey. And I'm grateful for every step of that journey, for every moment of awe and wonder, and for every opportunity to connect with others and with the one who made it all possible. May my adoration for God's creation continue to deepen and grow, as I journey through this world and into the next. And as I continue on this journey, I am reminded of the words of the psalmist, "The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands." Psalm 19:1, NIV. Indeed, everywhere I look, I see evidence of God's handiwork, in the towering mountains and rolling hills, in the delicate flowers and lush greenery, in the shimmering seas and starry skies. And yet, even as I marvel at the beauty and perfection of God's creation, I know that it is ultimately not the end goal. Rather, it is a means to an end, a way of drawing closer to the one who made it all possible. As the Apostle Paul writes, "For since the creation of the world God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made." Romans 1:20, NIV. In other words, the beauty and perfection of God's creation are a way of pointing us towards something greater, towards the infinite love and grace of our Creator. So may my adoration for God's creation always be tempered by a deeper appreciation of the one who made it all possible. May I never lose sight of the ultimate purpose behind the beauty and perfection of the natural world, and may I always strive to draw closer to the one who is the source of all life and love. And may my adoration for God's creation inspire others to see the world around them with fresh eyes, to marvel at the beauty of a single snowflake or the majesty of a towering mountain, and to recognize in these things the fingerprints of a loving and perfect God. As I bask in the wonder and beauty of God's creation, I am filled with a sense of gratitude and awe. How amazing it is to think that the same Creator who crafted the delicate wings of a butterfly and the brilliant hues of a sunset also created each one of us with such care and attention to detail. It is a humbling and inspiring thought, and one that fills me with a deep sense of purpose and meaning. And yet, even as I marvel at the intricacy and complexity of God's creation, I am also struck by its simplicity and elegance. From the graceful curves of a seashell to the stark beauty of a desert landscape, there is a profound beauty and harmony to be found in even the most seemingly mundane aspects of the natural world. It is a reminder that true beauty is not merely a matter of aesthetics or ornamentation, but of balance and proportion, of light and shadow, of form and function. Indeed, as I continue to explore the wonders of God's creation, I am struck by the sheer diversity and complexity of the natural world. From the tiniest microbe to the mightiest whale, there is an endless array of shapes, colors, textures, and patterns to be found in the world around us. And yet, for all its diversity and complexity, there is also a profound unity and interconnectedness to be found in the natural world, a reminder that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. In the end, my adoration for God's creation is not just a matter of aesthetics or sentimentality, but of deep spiritual significance. It is a way of connecting with the divine, of finding meaning and purpose in the world around us, and of recognizing our place in the grand scheme of things. And it is a way of celebrating the beauty, wonder, and perfection of the natural world, a gift that we have been given to cherish and protect for generations to come. As I reflect on the beauty and perfection of God's creation, I am struck by the profound sense of peace and serenity that it brings. There is something inherently calming and restorative about immersing oneself in the natural world, whether it is the gentle rustling of leaves in a forest glade, the rhythmic crash of waves on a shore, or the soft whisper of wind through tall grass. It is a reminder that in the midst of a chaotic and unpredictable world, there is a source of stability and continuity that we can always rely on. And yet, even as I find solace in the beauty of God's creation, I am also reminded of the fragility and vulnerability of the natural world. From the destructive power of hurricanes and tsunamis to the slow, inexorable march of climate change, there are countless threats to the delicate balance of the planet that we call home. It is a sobering reminder that we are not merely passive observers of the natural world, but active participants in its ongoing care and stewardship. As I continue on this journey of adoration for God's creation, I am filled with a sense of awe and wonder at the sheer magnitude and complexity of the natural world. From the smallest particle to the furthest galaxy, there is a vastness and majesty to the universe that is beyond comprehension. And yet, in the midst of this vastness and complexity, there is also a deep sense of intimacy and connection, a reminder that we are not alone, but part of a larger, interconnected whole. So may my adoration for God's creation continue to inspire me to greater acts of compassion and stewardship. May I never lose sight of the beauty and perfection of the natural world, even as I work to protect and preserve it for future generations. And may my reverence for the beauty and perfection of God's creation be a source of hope and inspiration in a world that is often filled with chaos and uncertainty. As I stand in awe of God's creation, I am reminded of the incredible power and wisdom that went into its design. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, there is a delicate balance and harmony that permeates every corner of the universe. It is a testament to the infinite intelligence and creativity of the divine, and a reminder of our own smallness in the grand scheme of things. And yet, for all its power and complexity, God's creation is also a source of great joy and delight. Whether it is the vibrant colors of a rainbow, the sweet fragrance of a flower, or the gentle touch of a breeze, there are countless moments of beauty, and wonder to be found in the natural world. It is a reminder that even in the midst of hardship and suffering, there is always something to be grateful for, something to bring us joy and solace. As I continue to marvel at the beauty and perfection of God's creation, I am also filled with a sense of responsibility and obligation. It is not enough to simply appreciate the natural world, we must also work to protect and preserve it for future generations. Whether it is through conservation efforts, sustainable practices, or advocacy for environmental justice, there are countless ways that we can make a difference in the world. So may my adoration for God's creation inspire me to greater acts of love and service. May I never forget the beauty and perfection that surrounds me, even in the darkest of times. And may I always strive to be a faithful steward of the gifts that God has given us, the gifts of beauty, wonder, and love that are embodied in the natural world. As I continue to contemplate the beauty and perfection of God's creation, I am struck by the interconnectedness of all things. From the tiniest microbe to the mightiest elephant, every living creature is part of a vast web of life that spans the entire planet. We are all connected, not just to each other, but to the land, the water, and the air that sustain us. This interconnectedness is a powerful reminder of our shared humanity, and of our shared responsibility to care for the world around us. It is a call to action, a reminder that we are not just passive observers of the natural world, but active participants in its ongoing evolution and growth. And yet, for all its power and majesty, God's creation is also fragile and vulnerable. We have seen this in the devastating impact of climate change, in the destruction of habitats and ecosystems, and in the loss of countless species of plants and animals. It is a stark reminder that we cannot take the natural world for granted, and that we must work tirelessly to protect and preserve it for future generations. As I reflect on these themes of interconnectedness and responsibility, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude and humility. I am grateful for the beauty and wonder that surrounds us, and for the many ways in which we can work to make the world a better place. And I am humbled by the vastness and complexity of God's creation, and by the incredible privilege we have to be part of it. So may my adoration for God's creation continue to inspire me to greater acts of love and service. May I never forget the power and majesty of the natural world, even as I work to protect and preserve it. And may my reverence for the beauty and perfection of God's creation be a source of hope and inspiration for all those who share this amazing planet with us. Amen.